So by now, the world already knows that AD, who was a longtime co-host of Adam 22's podcast, the No Jumper podcast, left the No Jumper platform after what he believed was disloyalty from Adam, because Adam had a conversation with Lush One about maybe taking AD off the podcast.
I'm asking, why didn't go to him direct?
The fact that I consider AD a friend, and the fact that I have loyalty to him as well, and that I still wanted to continue to work with him at the end of the day on the We Hungry shit, etc. That's why I even felt the need to try to find or to have the conversation with Lush about the fact that I was considering making this very big decision, you know?
No, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out why you just go to your mans. You know what I'm saying?
So
if I got a problem with AD, I'm not gonna go to Flacco. I'm not gonna go to
the same type of way. Me and you supposed to be way better than that.
That's all. We just trying to figure out why you didn't go to him.
Way better than that.
That's your man's, bro. You can talk to your man.
Like, nigga, I'm prepping for your wedding right now.
AD actually had 2 podcasts on No Jumper, and he was responsible for bringing in a lot of talent to No Jumper. So when AD left, he took all the talent he brought with him to No Jumper. And that left sort of a void at No Jumper, and Adam really didn't like that, right? He understood why AD wanted to leave, but didn't understand why the other employees will leave with AD. Now, a few months went by, and Adam finally decided he was going to speak on the situation during the Bootleg Kev interview.
Yeah, I just think that, like, they're building something that they're, you know, and I just wish that there was less, like I didn't like the way the whole split happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was bullshit.
But I think that, you know, both things can be true. They're successful, maybe not as successful as you, but, again, you have a head start. But they're doing, I'm sure they're making much more money for their families, for themselves. Then would you acknowledge that? That they're probably making more money now than they were making with No Jumper?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, so I'm not in the business.
A lot of people talk to me. A lot of people tell me things. I basically know, like, almost exactly how much money they make. And I feel bad that they had bad management that led them in the direction of walking away from, you know, money that was very, very meaningful for an opportunity that realistically has not panned out yet.
Adam would essentially call them broke and say that everybody who left isn't doing well financially and that you need money to really engage in a content war with him. But Adam wouldn't specify that when he said war, he meant a content war.
We're crushing it right now, and I have tons more great ideas. And at the end of the day, you need money to go to war. And I got a lot of it, and I can't speak.
I mean,
I
don't think they want to.
In response to that interview, AD would come on his podcast and reveal how much he was making at No Jumper to prove that he wasn't broke and he wasn't doing bad. AD's manager, Pun, and his co-host of his podcast would then pretty much tell Adam that he got to stand on business when he leaves the office of No Jumper. Seemingly, when Pun would hear war, he would automatically think that Adam was talking about war in the streets.
So let's cut the cap talking about, when those old employees look at their bank accounts, I know they're like, why did we leave No Jumper? Stop it, my nigga. Stop it.
You said that verbatim?
Verbatim.
Oh, that's what he said. He said that about.
Stop it.
He said that about y'all, or
he said
that
I don't know
about the other niggas.
I don't know.
That was a very general statement, though.
You can't say that about AD.
You think that nigga feeling the power right now?
You can't say that about T-Rail either. T-Rail had an elevator in his house, nigga, before he came to No Jumper, nigga, with a successful business.
Do you think you feeling the power right now?
For sure.
All right, come from out that office, nigga.
For sure.
Let's get down, cuz. Pull up.
Adam would watch the episode where Pun was telling him that he's gonna have to come out the No Jumper building sooner than later, and that it was on site. And Adam would respond back by telling Pun and AD to slide if it's really smoke, and if they was really serious about sliding on him, they wouldn't be saying it on a podcast.
And the funniest style of podcaster are people who can hear a valid argument, can hear a valid conversation, and then they go on the podcast and they want to convince you that they're hard and they could beat somebody up. I think I speak on behalf of basically the entire audience and really maybe the world when I say that we don't care. You got to actually do it. You can't just talk about it on the podcast. Nobody cares. That's a defunct style of podcasting. It's been gone for a very long time. If you want to act tough, a podcast is not the place to do it. So anyone who ever listens to something I say and then they hop on a podcast and they start talking about how tough they are, I just want you to know you are a bozo.
Because when you look at the Reddit, when you look at the comments, nobody is impressed. You're never going to take a W by hopping on a podcast, talking about a verbal beef, a beef of ideas, a war of ideas. You're never going to take the W by going on your podcast and talking about how tough you are. It makes you sound goofy. Do you really think that I'm scared of Pun waiting outside of the building? You know exactly where we work. What are we talking about? If you wanted to do something, you're not going to talk about it on the podcast. You probably already would have done it. I'm not worried about it.
And this will lead to AD's big homie Hove coming on their podcast some time later, actually. And he was pretty much saying, hey, listen, anybody who's standing next to Adam is on site when we see y'all.
I'm just ready to meet these in 4K. Just keep that same energy, man. You can't say your homies from over here and then y'all let that man disrespect him. Like, if it's work, let it be work. If the want to go in and go in on the homies over here, don't be in the room with them. I just asked that. Don't be in the room with them. But when you in the room with them and talking bad about over here, it's like you on that side. So if you on that side, stay on that side, because if we catch him and you around, you getting punched on too.
When Hove makes that threat, he's referring to Adam 22's new co-host on the No Jumper podcast, which is Brick Baby and Desto Dubb, which is no surprise that this morning we woke up to footage of the Aceboyz confronting Desto Dubb last night at the Sexy Red show.
What happened? Weird ass, no jumper ass.
AD, Pun.
Maybe we get on the phone.
AD and Pun on business. AD and Pun on business. Hey, what y'all say, man? Hey, standing.
Watching that clip, it appears that Desto Dubb was outnumbered at least like 12-1. So I can't really blame him for retreating. Now, Aceboy Pun seemingly responded back with his IG story. The fans asking, yo, what was the beef? Like, why did you guys confront or press Desto Dubb? Because it would appear from a bird-eye's view that those two really don't got no beef, right? I've never heard Aceboy Pun diss Desto. I never heard Desto diss Aceboy Pun. But Pun would take to his IG story and seemingly respond back to those sentiments.
Trying to see what's up. He wanna fuck with me.
Standing on business. Together now. Standing on business. Bitch, always.
For it. Ain't nobody scared around here. That's all I'm saying. So if you really want to do something, you're gonna have to actually do it. You're not gonna just sit.
Hey, listen, man. If that's why Desto got confronted, bruh, then them boys run a tight ship over there, man. Them boys ain't going for nothing. Desto merely laughed at Adam's going off. Hey, listen. I know I've laughed at Adam going off in the past, bruh. So I want to humbly apologize right now to the Aceboyz, bruh. Flacco don't want no smoke, bruh. It's no mas. I'm waving a white flag, bruh. No mas. I don't want no smoke. If I ever laughed in the past, bruh, humbly forgive me. Forgive me, sus. Listen, because I'll barely go outside, but I don't ever want to be caught at the local Korean barbecue, bruh, getting stomped and fisted by 6'7" Aceboyz, bruh. I'm good. Now, Desto Dubb really haven't responded back to any of this, but his cousin and right-hand man and friend Brick Baby will take to No Jumper to respond back to the news that the Aceboyz seemingly pressed Desto Dubb last night at the Sexy Red concert.
Y'all want to take podcasts to the street shit? This is, hey, that's on y'all, brother. But like I say, I stand in the blue in this one. I just ain't even, you know what I mean? It don't concern me. I just pray that when y'all see me, y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? And that's just that. I just pray y'all act the same way. You know what I mean? We don't got to talk too much more about that. I pray a nigga act the same way. I'm begging. Because we be outside too. Now nigga outside.
Adam would briefly touch on it when he came on the No Jumper news earlier this morning. Adam would essentially say he's staying out of it. He's not really going to touch it or fan the flames before he gets blamed for instigating.
So people probably want me to comment on specific things. I'm going to take a quote from AD's book, and I'm going to say, I've been getting calls all morning. And I don't really feel like it's my place to turn any of this shit up. This shit is like, it doesn't really seem like it concerns me after this point. You know, that's a whole different situation. I got nothing to say about it. I'm mum.
Now, it's unclear exactly where this may lead. Who knows? But if you're still watching, and let me know exactly how do you think this is going to pan out, and click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out why this No Jumper guest just walked out during this really awkward interview. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.